And there they go.
Well, MadRacingNews.com. I'm Magic, and we're taking a closer look at the feature race Saturday, April 2nd at Gulfstream Park. That's the Grade 1 Florida Derby, and with me to talk about is Jared Welch. Jared, easily not the best Kentucky Derby prep race, one of the best races, period, we're going to see all year up until the Kentucky Derby, and this is a major prep race for it. How excited are you for the Florida Derby this weekend?
Dude, when you look at what we have this weekend, the Arkansas Derby, obviously at Oaklawn, and that's exciting in some regards with the filly. But this race here, the Florida Derby, I looked at this one. I thought, man, I'm glad. I'm glad Magic gave me this one to preview because this race is loaded. Classic Causeway opting to run here versus the Bluegrass added even more intrigue to the race. Of course, Simplification's been awesome. Charge It, what is he? The maiden special weight horse from going directly from that to this is a big, White Abarrio has been great. I don't know that we have a superstar in this race yet. I think you might find them after the race. I think it's that good of a race. If we see a performance from one of these that we think we might see, something the epicenter type, what we saw last week, then you say, okay, throw that horse's name in because that horse is going to be a legit contender for the Kentucky Derby.
I mean, multiple graded stakes winners, some other stakes winners as well from the Florida bred circuit. It's just such a great overall field. And then not only do you have it might seem top heavy on paper with 4 short prices, but then it's not only is it Gulfstream, it's a Kentucky Derby prep, Jared. There's going to be someone who's one of these 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 50 to 1 shots. It's going to hit the board and make things interesting. But let's talk about first, where are you going on top as your winner for the Florida Derby?
It's one to me was so interesting in a way that because you have a lot of excuses, so to speak. Classic Causeway, or at least things that maybe give you pause. Classic Causeway, he's been great, but the numbers haven't came back really that impressive. Plus, he's been running to Tampa, which the fields have been not great. Simplification, I mean, he looked amazing in the Fountain of Youth. But you still kind of wonder. I mean, he's been solid, but I think a lot of people, myself included, you still wonder how top level he really is. Of course, he got beat by White Abarrio last time White Abarrio ran, I should say, in the Holy Bull. So talk about White Abarrio. You have him who he's been really good, but then he got in the Jockey Club last year and maybe against better horses, Smile Happy, and didn't run. He ran okay, but then he came back and obviously came back huge in the Holy Bull. So you kind of wonder, what is he? Can he kind of use that race and improve even more? So Charge It, obviously, who knows with Charge It. So the point is I feel like all these horses kind of have excuses or even have reasons to be hesitant against. And that's kind of why I say, I feel like we're going to find so much out about one of these horses or a bunch of these horses. After this race, I ended up with White Abarrio, and I know you're going to love to hear that because you have this horse. Because you have every good horse on your fantasy team this year, but I think White Abarrio makes the most sense because the way he ran that Holy Bull, he showed that he can kind of sit off the pace and pounce late, and he did so very impressively. And I think you're going to get a solid pace to run into. Charge It is going to be one of the horses that is going to be forwardly placed. There's a lot, Simplification, he's shown that he can go to the lead. We'll see what he does. We know Classic Causeway is going be forwardly placed. I think White Abarrio, drawing a little bit outside, is going to sit the perfect trip off the pace and be able to kind of have things his own way and be able to kind of have that late kick late in that race. I think we're going to find out. I think you're going to get to the top of the stretch and you're going to find out what these horses really are.
It's going to be an exciting race. And like I mentioned, there's always a horse that comes in and is going to hit the board when you're not expecting. And whether it's third or even fourth to try the super is going to get a little spicy here, no matter which of these top heavy horses ends up winning. So of a long shot, anybody catch your eye in particular here?
I do. I think this race it's tough to kind of come up with one of those due to the fact that it's a very top heavy race. But if you do think that this horse, if there's a certain horse that can come up and sneak in there for your try or exacta, even if it gets a little bit interesting, I would need higher than 10-1 on Papa Cap. Him getting a change of scenery. Obviously, he's 1-for-1 at Gulfstream Park. So if he floats up to 15-1 somewhere in that ballpark, I have no problem with you playing him underneath. And then how about O Captain? This horse. You're going to be careful with that because now he's 20-1, and obviously the Fountain of Youth, third place effort. Is he going to get pounded a little bit? Is he going to be like the sneaky horse? So if he goes down much, I don't want to have any interest in him. But this horse has never been worse than third. And in Fountain of Youth, he did run up there at 88-1 or whatever he was and got third. And maybe he closes into a pace that kind of falls apart and just kind of is that other horse that's like 10 lengths back, but sneaks up in there. So those are the two that I'm interested in. But really, I do think this is a very top-heavy race. I do think these horses on the top end are good enough to stay on, to hit to hit your try, to hit your exacta. So, I don't want to sit here and say you have to play one of the. If you feel like, to me, I think you might just what's wrong with pounding a White Abarrio over Simplification, exacta. I don't think there's any issue with that.
No, absolutely not. And even if you want to use a horse like O Captain underneath that, you're getting Joel Rosario aboard. And who better to ride a 20-1 shot up for third and really spice up your exotics than maybe Joel Rosario? And hey, listen, like Jared's saying, sometimes with these chalky days, and we've seen a lot of it on the Derby Trail, right? Hammer your opinion, really press it. It might come back as a 3-1 payout, but if you play that thing 10 times what you normally play, you're still getting a really nice return on that one, and you're getting to see some excellent Kentucky Derby prep horses. Jared, I'll ask you one final question. You love to ask this on the live show, and you won't be there able to join us on the live show Saturday when we're covering Florida Derby, Arkansas Derby, because you will be live at the Arkansas Derby. So, Florida Derby, we're saying this is the best prep until the Kentucky Derby. How many Derby starters come out of the Florida Derby?
I love asking this question when we do it on Blinkers Off because it does add a little bit of intrigue to the race. I mean, what? 4, right? I think 4 is very, because you obviously Classic Causeway, he's in. Simplification, he's in already. White Abarrio basically is in. Charge It, he's not, but he just really needs to hit the board here. And if he doesn't, maybe a horse like Papa Cap or one of these O Captain or whatever gets up there for third and gets just enough points to get in. So 4, and I think that's the smart answer because it's a good prep. So there should be 4, or there should be, if there's any less than 3 or any 3 or less, I'd be surprised. And on top of that, I do think the winner of this race will be second. We'll see what happens in the next couple weeks with these final preps, but probably will be second, third choice, right, of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, you've got horses. I mean, Papa Cap until maybe a month ago was the leader in the points for the Kentucky Derby. So he's probably going. Simplification, Classic Causeway, White Abarrio, they're all in already, basically. So as long as they run well and come out of this race healthy, you think they go. And even your long shot pick, Jared, O Captain, was third in the Fountain of Youth. If he gets fourth in this race, that's 10 more points. You could very well see O Captain and Joel Rosario coming from last in the Kentucky. No, Rosario will be on somebody else probably.
We'll say this. This is the one horse out of this race, I think, that has the potential. I'm not saying he will be, but has the potential to sneak in there to be close to your favorite of the Kentucky Derby is Charge It. Just because if he comes in here, and it's a big if he comes in here and rolls and he looks really good doing it, how can you not go into the Kentucky Derby with this horse and think, gosh, this horse is legit? So if he goes and rolls here, I think he's going to get pounded in the Kentucky Derby.
Everybody loves the Todd Squad, and everybody loves RacingDudes.com. We've got you covered with free picks for every race, every track around the country. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RacingDudes. Full coverage of the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks races. We have 3 prep races for each of those divisions running this weekend. We also, over RacingDudes.com, have the inside track to the Florida Derby wagering guide. It's available for pre-sale right now. Hey, maybe by the time you're watching this, it's already available to download. Go to RacingNews.com and check that out. And remember, all of our inside track wagering guides that we put out there included for free with all monthly subscriptions. So make sure you check that out. This is honestly the best time to be a monthly subscription member because we're doing these every week. We'll have the whole Triple Crown season. It's a beautiful time. Go over to RacingNews.com. Hit like if you like the video, subscribe if you like it. Tell us below in the comments who's winning the Florida Derby. We'll see you at the track.
Get the all-inclusive inside track to the 2022 Florida Derby Wagering Guide, featuring in-depth analysis of every single stakes on the card, including the $1 million Florida Derby. Plus, get race-by-race analysis, betting suggestions, and multi-race plays for the entire Gulfstream Park card. As a special bonus, you'll also get in-depth analysis of the $1.25 million Arkansas Derby and the $600 fantasy stakes from Oak Lawn Park, major prep races for the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks. All wagering guides are included with any monthly subscription to premium picks from the experts at racingdudes.com. Learn more at racingdudes.com. And remember, never play a big day without visiting the Racing Dudes. First,